It's getting to be a lot longer than I thought. Like we tried out is blowing some 30 amp fuses, replaced that with a strip of wire, and blew out the switch. And the only thing I can think of, I'm going to reduce it down to its simplest terms. I'm going to have the power going from the battery to the switch, and then from the switch to the cell. Okay, there we go. We got another 30 amp fuse. Got the leads hooked up to the battery. Went through, I traced all my wire, everything's tight. I got the tube and everything, check valve, bubbler. Still got the water in the cup, which is kind of warm. So I got it hooked up directly to the battery with the switch, and I don't have any. Turn that on. Okay. Well, we definitely got bubbles. The system's working. Problem is, that tells me that it was the PWM that was wrong, and that crappy terminal board. I guess what I can do now is take the amp meter and see if I can put this on here and take a look at that and see what happens next, see what kind of amperage I'm drawing. Took the PWM out, wired straight to the switch, have the 30 amp fuse outside, which is working. Well, for now anyway. Just hook this straight up and also hook that up, so I took the PWM out, tried to simplify it, troubleshoot it. I got about 12, I don't know what the heck's wrong with this thing, but obviously it's a little loud, but it looks like it's 12.9 volts something. Maybe it's just too hot. So anyway, here we go. And we're looking at about, looks like just over 10 amps. It depends on how you look at it. There's about 10. There's close to 0. But yeah, it's about 10 amps. Looks like it's hitting just 12.5 according to that. And got it hooked up to our cell there. And we see there's a little bit of condensation. And we follow it up. And what do we see? The beautiful bubbles. That's what I'm talking about. What we'll do is we'll do a little test. Wow. Wow, that's enough of that. So that's basically it. That's the vehicle, and try putting out the kind of the system as it is there, and we'll put the grill on, still bubbling away, and then we'll route it up and check out what kind of do a test and maybe run it out and see what happens. So catch you later. Yep, so it was a really long hot day. So anyway, I wanted to go over some lessons learned, and so let's hit that up real quick. And basically, number one, you don't want to install your system when it's 105 degrees out because it sucks, okay? Unless you like heat cramps and dehydration. Number two, those terminal board that you can get from AutoZone or Checker Auto, guess what? They suck, okay? So don't buy those. Do whatever you got to do, but don't buy those things. They suck, okay? To the nth degree. Let's see, what else? If you have the connectors that go on the end of your wires and you just crimp them on, I can guarantee you're going to have problems with them, or you're going to pull the wire and next thing that little connector is going to come off. And why? Because they suck, okay? You're going to have to solder those, put them in good, and do it right the first time. Let's see, there are some other observations I wanted to go over. I pulled the cell out and I cleaned it out because I'm getting I got some new distilled water. I got my Robic and stuff, and so I'm going to make a new solution before I go ahead and do my test without the PWM. But anyway, the cell looks pretty good. The only thing, if you can see right up in there, you can see how that's peeling off, and you can see the metal on that other side. But and that was the positive side. The negative side looks real good. But like I said, I want to do some improvements, and one of the improvements that I want to do is to take this brass plug and put that in there like that, so that way I don't have to use that plastic thingy, and I've got enough room to use that now. One of the other improvements that I want to do is definitely get a drain plug, or a fill plug. And all this is just a little brass piece and a little cap, and they'll go together and they screw in. And like I said, I'll put that on the other side, so that way I don't have to take the whole cell out to fill it up or add electrolyte. Basically, I'll do that a little bit later on, and maybe I'll put a drain plug. Some of the other things that I learned, still working on the bubbler, like I said. After I installed the system, took a trip from my house a little bit on the highway up to Home Depot, and I tell you what, this tubing, this clear poly tube stuff, this was run from the bubbler and went up that hose that for the air intake and went in to where it finally injected into the engine. This thing got so hot. I mean, it didn't help that it was 107 degrees today. But definitely I think I'm going to change this out for maybe some fuel line hose or something. Good thing is that hose, when it was routed on top of that air intake, as it went to the thing that mixes the gas and the air, magically makes cargo, the tube was dry. So, and I think part of that was that the bubbler was lower down, and it looped and did the bubbler thing, and then looped once more time, and then this tube came up and went to the import, or where the site where the gas went in. Okay. So anyway, yeah, it was kind of interesting. I didn't get to do what I wanted with the PWM. Basically, this piece of junk. I can't really say it's a piece of junk. I think just what it was is that when I was doing some testing with the battery charger thing, it might have done some stuff to it. So we're going to take a look at this and, I don't know, do something with it. So anyway, that was it. Yeah, if somebody says that they can put a system in your vehicle in under 2 hours, yeah, I just don't see that. Maybe if you did the same vehicle all the time, it would be a little bit easier. But yeah, some fun stuff, and we'll see what happens. So we'll do another video, and after I do some updates on the cell that I was talking about, and things I also would like to add would be a reservoir to circulate the fluid, and that seems to be the way to go. Maybe do a pump, but I think, I mean, that would be really great to do a pump and maybe a radiator type thing to keep the cell cool, but we'll see what happens. Here's my little plastic box, because I'm looking at getting some stainless steel plates and switching out kind of a modified smack booster and doing a brick cell design, and we'll see how that works. So, but anyway, it was a lot of fun, learned some stuff. It was good to get some hands on, and so that's it. So peace, catch you later.